The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the ready.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
In your face.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Pretty good start there on plays 1 and 2.
And not discriminating at all, is he? Make sure he's spreading it around on the first 2 throws of the game. 2 different parts of the field as well.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ready, 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run the counter. Grant. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll drop the throw. Flushed out right. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 13. Check 13.
No get.
This is Grant. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Let's go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
They'll set up a throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
after the made field goal. Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of 1. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year, and he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
They will run with Grant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Let's go. 51.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
He's protein spill. Crash.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey. Snap.
Back to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. 18 yards and a 1st down.
Go. 18 Gator.
First down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Go.
Motion. Mike, check. Ready?
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Mostert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They can't hang with us. Jim.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Tell me ending. All jets. 66. Bullet. Half. Any jet. Hey, alert 3.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, the 40. He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, 60-yard, 51. Now watch one, watch one.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. And he's got it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
16 yards on that one and a Raven first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do. When you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready? 10 over.
The 16-yard line.
Yep.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, here we go.
51 to Mike. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
That's going to be a long day. Hey, wahoo! 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says,
and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Corey Grant, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the struggle. Watch the slant. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Jackson from the shotgun steps away. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson forced out to his left. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This is Mostert. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
2nd and 9 now. This pass complete to Higgins. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Grant. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I'm trying to collect.
Check again.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
You got nothing.
Now Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
I'm
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mostert. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 20-yard line.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
1st and 10.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Charlie.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 30. The 30. 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Ready?
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey!
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. He's got his man, Boyd. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion and the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Rip right. Check 4.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Joe Mixon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge 3rd down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run.
12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Hey, Alpha. Check 59, Mike. Big grip.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown.